Just so you guys are aware, I've tried recording this video 12 times now. I made a really good recording and realized the microphone was muted. So we're going to try this again. Unfortunately, I have launched Mortal 3 times, hit the play button, it loads this, and keeps going back to my desktop. That's why we're here. Alright, so I kind of mentioned why we're here, and kind of a bit of a rant video. I'm going to talk about a few things. Just going to touch on my experience with the game. I'll talk about my my disagreements and disappointments with the reputation change. A little bit on the weapon abilities, some issues that I have with that. I don't really have anything to say about the Outpost or the invasions, as I've not really partook in many. In any, I have done a bit of a dynamic invasion, but it's not enough to really give feedback on. And then finally, just before we get further into the video, I just want to say that if you're a new player or somewhat returning and maybe never really got far into Mortal, and you want to improve your PvP skills or your gameplay skills, I would love for you to send me your VODs. I'm going to be trying to make a series here if anybody's interested in improving in their gameplay. I can do it one or two ways. And that can be either just me reviewing it on my own personal time. If our schedules line up, we can sit in a Discord call and I can go over it with you. It will be critiquing, so if you're not the type to take feedback or objective criticism, like you did this wrong, please don't waste my time. If you want to submit the video and you want to kind of have that so others can learn as well, that's really the route that I prefer, so that I can sit back, take time to digest the video, and that way no one's emotions are intertwined. It's just me objectively saying, hey, this was a good choice, you could have made this choice, I'm not sure how this would have played out, blah da da. But I invite you as new players, if you'd like to improve, please submit your gameplay. You can put it on YouTube. You can put it on YouTube as an unlisted video, and then you can send those links to me. I'm in the official Discord. XGooseLordX is my name. Or you can even comment it in this video. You can put your link down below, and I'll have a link to my Discord channel so that you can do that. All right, let's get in. First things first, I just kind of want to touch on a little bit of my experience with Mortal. Sorry, I use hand gestures a lot when I speak, so I apologize. Most of the times my hand's going to be on the cursor here, so you'll see a lot of little movements, all right? So first things first, I've got 2,343 hours on this one account. I have 3 total accounts. The third account is pretty negligible. Let's say it's got 20 hours. I really just made the character so that it can kind of do a bit of tasks, and I built a house. So I have 3 houses in game, technically 4. A friend owns a mining house, but we have 3 houses in game. The second account I also actually play, and I've got about 1,400 hours on that one. So I'd say I'm about a 3,000 hour player, a little above 3,000, closer to 4. I wanted to test and see if the game was getting back into. I keep getting a lot of messages on Discord. Man, this is fun. Check out this clip. Look at these invasions. Look at these outpost fights. And so I kind of buckled, and that's what I wanted to kind of talk about, is kind of my first initial experiences back. So first things first that I really want to discuss, and I've done it like 5 times now. I went full in on these conversations or this monologue, and unfortunately I've had recording errors, just me not knowing how to do these kinds of videos, and just a little bit of insecurity as well. But at this point, I'm done. I don't care. I just want to get my thoughts out. Maybe you agree, and maybe we can try to get the game to be improved upon. I want to see the game do well. So first things first, I just like to point out on the store page for Mortal Online 2, in the description, let's pause it. In the description, it says full loot, full PvP, full PvP. I don't know exactly what full PvP means, but it tells me that at any point in the game, you could expect to fight. It's full PvP. And then here, it's the 4th, 1, 2, 3, it's the 4th tag on Steam. I don't see PvE. It's not on here. I don't know if it's an option. Let's see. PvE. It is an option. Cool. I'll tag it. But it doesn't exist. Starbolt didn't put that. So let's just go ahead and go in with the allure of the game is PvP. It always has been. It's why I bought the game. It's why I started playing. So part of the balance that they have to have is some sort of system to keep it so that people don't become murder hobos, as we discussed on stream earlier today. And the reputation system is the best way to go about doing that. However, I think they missed the mark. The murder counts are interesting. I think someone had made some interesting. Hold on. Someone has made some interesting. Someone has. Someone has made some interesting suggestions on maybe a gold sink where you could probably like bribe the guards and to pay 500 gold to remove a murder count. If you get reported for murder in a guarded or a lawful town, like the Kurite villages, Morinkur, Taksai, Moki, Bada, Bhakti, all of these areas, if you kill in here, you lose 30 reputation per one murder. Okay, we'll touch back on this and why it's bad. And if you do it over here in Helspeia, Faburnum, Tintrum, Maduli, you also lose 30 rep in those areas. I have only played for maybe a few hours on Goose. Today I killed three people. I killed 3 people on stream, and I can't kill another person. And what I'm really saying is I can't PvP. Unless I do 20 standing worth of tasks. So let's just go see what that looks like, and you can understand where I come from when I say that this is a bad system. Okay, let's say beginner friendly. Beginner friendly is 12 bandits. We could do sewers. That's not necessary. It is beginner friendly, but sometimes people get a little crazy. Maybe the sewers are safer now, so I could be speaking incorrectly. But let's go with scoundrels. Scoundrels are beginner friendly. It's the first one that gives you reputation, and scoundrels are something that everyone can do. New players, veterans, you could do it with a starter sword. So let's just go with scoundrels. We need 20 rep, okay? Let's pull out a calculator. So 10 scoundrels gives us 1 standing. And we need 20. So we need to kill 200 scoundrels. There's not 200 scoundrels in the sewer. There's a handful, but even if we kill all the scoundrels, we still have to wait for the respawn timer, which has been improved, but it's about 5 minutes, 10 minutes per mob. No matter where they're standing, where their spawn is, it's about 5 to 10 minutes. I don't know if you can see where I'm coming from, but 200 scoundrel kills is an issue. Especially when you're not including the travel time. You have to walk to these locations. You have to go down in there. And if you end up getting killed, you have to come back, re-kit, get rid of your reserve. You know, you need food and water, whatever. That's not good. I shouldn't be forced to kill 200 scoundrels because I killed 1 player. I should be punished. I'm not saying I shouldn't. I shouldn't have to do that. Now, let's just say I prefer doing risers. This is kind of my litmus test personally. So I need 5 risers, and I'll get 3. So let's see, 20 divided by 3. The easiest way is going to be 6.66. Let's just make sure. Let's do 6 times 3. It's going to be 18. So technically, we need 4. And then we need 4 times 5. So we need 20 risers. But that doesn't include riding out to these areas. The closest risers to MK are going to be either down here in a lawful area, or there's a couple of camps up here in the north that is in a lawless area. And why this is bad is people can kill you without recourse. And they're more likely to in this area, let's be real. And then over here, you can't really claim your own. You might be competing with others. The people that I killed today were there. There was 3 people trying to kill risers. And the way that I see it, I have a stronghold in the area. Those are my risers. So I want those. I want to compete for the resources in that area. Let's just say that area is the best place to go get risers. We're talking about a 10-minute ride out. And that's just getting there. We're probably 10 minutes killing risers. So 20 minutes and then 10 minutes coming back. That's 30 minutes. And we have to do that how many times? 4 times 30. And then we divide it by 60 for the minutes. It's 2 hours to make up for the reputation loss of 1 kill. I have killed 3 people today. That's 6 hours of my gameplay. I am forced to PvE, and let's just take a look. That's 6 hours of forced PvE to play what? A PvP game. So if you can understand where I'm coming from, this is it's a step in the right direction, but it's an overstep. This is an overcorrection for something that is not good for the game's veterans. It's decent for the new players. But there's no way that minus 30 reputation loss should exist. It should be maybe minus 15. You know what? We'll just leave it at that. I'm going to beat a dead horse. StarVault, if you're listening, if you have time to watch this video, please understand that the minus 30 reputation loss is really not the system that you want. What I think what a better system would be is, instead of giving me 3 standing for 5, give me 0.25 reputation standing per riser kill. And that way I can go set up shop and kill in the riser town and farm for a few hours, reclaim my thing, and you're not wasting my time by having to go back and forth and travel to these task vendors, because no one wants to do that. We're in our 30s. We're getting older. Most people have families, kids, obligations. No one wants to... This shouldn't be a job, StarVault. This should not be a second job. That's 6 hours of forced PvE for 1 kill. Sorry, for the 3 kills. Alright, the next thing I kind of want to touch on is weapon abilities and how I think they kind of missed the mark. Now, and I'm not really complaining about the weapon abilities themselves. What I'm complaining about is the implementation of these abilities. So they're locked behind books, okay? And I have just logged in a couple of days ago, and there has been absolutely no indicator from anything in the game to tell me where I need to go or where I need to be in order to learn these abilities. Why is this bad? It's a waste of time. It's a big middle finger. It's a we don't respect your time. Now, how do we get to a place where we do respect the player's time? Well, first things first, a quick little tip here is maybe show an animation of how the flurry works or the hanging thrust works, or maybe show something in the tooltip here of how it works. But what you'll see here is there's no description in any of these tooltips on where you need to be to get these abilities, as well as in these descriptors. This is big because I'm just now putting it together from earlier. It doesn't tell you what level you need in the weapon abilities. Do I need 100 axes? Do I need 50 axes? What do I need in order to learn these abilities? So how do we fix that? Let's just look at Thwart, okay? The Noble Path, Chapter 1, Thwart. Reading this will teach you the combat ability Thwart, written by Anwar Dalio. Okay, you might be thinking, okay, what's the problem? And I'm here to tell you. It doesn't tell you which weapon that's for. I don't know what Thwart goes to. Now, let's just say I know what Thwart is, and I want to go get the Thwart book. Let's say I'm living in Meduli, though. And this could be wrong. I could be wrong here. It might be in every town. Doesn't matter. They're all the same. Doesn't matter. When I read this tooltip, I'm going to read it with you, and I want you to just pick up on where I'm coming from. I'm thinking as a new player and as someone who is trusting StarVault to give me the information I need to enjoy their game, because weapon abilities or combat abilities are now a core mechanic of the game, and there has been nothing since I have logged in that has indicated where to get these, how to use them, etc., etc. It's been guides, it's been player-crafted spreadsheets. But let's just read this tooltip. Thwart. Combat. Adrenaline needed. 2 pips. Available directions, left and right. Perform 3 swift cuts. Activation style, it's directional. So to use this combat ability, activate it and then initiate an attack from the available directions, which we saw available left and right. What's missing? Where do I get that book? We're grateful that someone has gone through and put all of these together. They tell you where to go. But the whole point that I'm making here, it shouldn't be a secret. It shouldn't be hidden. It should just be plainly placed here. Okay, if you want Severance, this is how it works, and this is where you can get the book, and it should list those towns. No one should have to do this sort of work in order to enjoy a core mechanic to a game. You know, it just doesn't make sense. It's not really immersive when you have to keep tabbing out to Discord and asking for help and looking at third-party resources, and It's not immersive. So I really don't have too much more to say about the weapon abilities. I just think it needs to be the barrier for entry shouldn't be so arbitrary. It's silly, it's ambiguous, and it just doesn't need to be. I don't really have any. I don't really have any authority to speak on Outposts. I don't have enough. I've not even participated in one. This is my 3rd day back. The first 2 days I've spent maybe 4 or 6 hours in total playing. I will say one thing, and I think that New World does a great job of Outpost contention or conflict. It's an isolated instance. You have to be approved by the defending guild or the offending guild. There's a roster that they pick on how many people participate, and you can also hire mercenaries, and that should be how it's done. I believe that. I'd die on that hill. The current system of anybody can show up. I don't want to see a 100v100 over an outpost. I think outposts are something that should really incentivize and really encourage a bit more guild independence, a bit more of a smaller scale, 20v20, something along those lines. That's my 2 cents. Disagree, let me know how you feel in the comments. Just be nice though, we're cool. And finally, I just kind of want you guys to know, like, the reason why I'm spending time doing this is because I care so much. You can ask my guild. I'm a passionate dude. I get really into the things that I'm doing, and I really think this game can make it. I think it can succeed, and I think the game can make a comeback. But we need to kind of like band together and really ask Starvolt to start paying attention to what it is they're doing. The surveys are good, but we really need transparency from these surveys. We don't just need a trust me bro, this is what the people want. Brother, people want dragons, people want thievery. I don't. I hate thievery. I think it'll ruin the game. People want thievery, people want boats, people want caravans. They want all these things, and we're getting invasions that no one asked for. It wasn't even on the table. It was cooked up and served to us. And so I think, like, the next time, Starvolt, when you hold a poll or a survey, give us the fucking results. Just show us that 500 people said yes to this or no to that, or heavily in favor for this, strongly disagree. Just show us the results. Give us the graphs. Stop telling us to trust you, because unfortunately we don't, because we don't have dragons. We don't have boats, and we don't have thievery. We don't have all the things that have been promised to us, so just stop promising and let's start fulfilling. Thanks for watching.